Now that we've jumped in and finished the introduction for day 2, we're now going to jump into landing and squeeze pages. We're going to cover squeeze pages first in this section, and then we'll finish this up in the next video, and then finish all the landing pages as well. So the first thing to get to your squeeze pages, if you're in KvCORE, you expand the 3 lines on the top left. If you're in BoldTrails, you just click lead engine. Either way, you click lead engine for all lead engine tools. And then once you're in here, you're looking for IDX squeeze page. Underneath it, it says select a domain. And you're going to select a domain where you click it as your name and then hit start building. And it opens up this page right here. So everyone should be able to get to that page that way. Same thing, lead engine, all lead engine tools, pick your domain, start building. Now the location for this one, I'm going to show you a couple different ways to build some squeeze pages for this multi-property squeeze page, which we're going to start with. The first one I'm going to show you is to build one for your whole area, and then I'll go over why we're building it like that and kind of walk you through that. But the build for your whole area, if I click draw on map, and it opens up my area. Now you have to use the maps plus and minus. You can't use your own. And then you can see that way you can hit larger or smaller. You want to get your whole area that you cover. So focus on getting your whole service area. And then it's either going to be the top left or top right, sorry, or top left, depending on KvCORE BoldTrails, they move it around. And you're going to click draw area. And then as you click, you see my cursor turns into a plus. I clicked once and let it go and then move my cursor or run my finger across the keypad, not holding it down, just touching it. And then it makes a line, just like if you're in the MLS and you're drawing an area around. If you're drawing on the map in the MLS, it's the exact same thing. Don't overcomplicate it. And then once you have your area, even if you say, I forgot it, I was like, oh, I only missed this part, I want this other section. You can click any of these white dots and you can move it around. So sometimes it takes people a couple of minutes to practice, so go ahead and try to get the area in, and you want the whole big area. And I'll tell you why we're building this in a minute. Then you're going to hit either bottom left or bottom right, apply selection, and it's going to open up. Now you see your map is now included right here as your selection. Listing type for this one, we're doing single family, but as you can see, you can do commercial land, condos, farm, multifamily, pending, rentals. There's a lot of multi-property squeeze pages you can build. Just pick the one that's going to work for you right now. Now in San Antonio, the median home price is right around, and the 3s or so, low 3s, high, almost 300, 310, 320, something like that. It changes a little bit, but that's around our median right now. So I want to go a little higher than that. So I'm going to go 350. If you want to do 375, I could do 375. I'm going to cut off my low range at 200,000. So I want to look for a list that's going to be pretty close to first-time homebuyer list. That'll give me the best results for that list. So as you can see, I'm going right here between 200 to 375. That under thing here in San Antonio, under 200, we don't have a lot of great options. So that's why I'm not going under here. If I was doing condos, I would probably not even have a lower end because they do have some less expensive condos. But because I'm doing single family, I do want to have a lower end. That's just the thought behind putting it there. Now, I don't care about any of this other stuff, style, square feet, anything for this, because this is just a big list I want on purpose. So for beds, I'm going to do 3+, baths 2. So 3 beds, 2 bath. Top right under source. Here under source, top right, I'm going to put Facebook. Now under hashtags, again, this is a label for your list. So if people come in under this list, it would already be labeled with this label. So I'm going to put San Antonio, all 200 to 375K. Now you can see when I do this, I don't put in the hashtag and I don't put any spaces. They call it a hashtag in BoldTrails and KvCORE, but it's just a label for your clients to be under. So you don't have to put spaces. You don't have to do anything like that. You can just go ahead and do it that way. Now, Facebook cover photo, I'm going to just click this first drop down, use recent listings from results, and it automatically changes to use listings from search results. Now, if I was worried about what the picture looked like or anything like that, I'm just jumping into my KvCORE in another window as well, just to show you an example of how it works. And then once you do that, yes, the last thing we went over the company listings and all that. Since these are my company listings, I can use these pictures. I already have permission from their broker. And if I wanted to have the front picture to make sure it's a nice picture that looks good, like this is a pretty, the tree's kind of ugly, but it's not too bad. You could grab a picture like that. I don't want to overthink it. For just the things, we'll just grab this one, it's fine. So then if I like this, I date one mine. And then I grab that there. I can either do this or I can go photo from specific listing and I can drop in one there and then I can add that photo. So all I did was click on Facebook cover photo, either pick listing from search results, which will randomly generate a picture. So you never know what you get. We got some really fun ones in there. Or you can go from specific listing and then it has that specific listing. You just put in the address. I'm doing that first so you can kind of see it when I share it, what it's going to look like. And then you have the opportunity to change it to your picture. I'm leaving it at default right now because I want people to be able to see, instead of having to immediate sign in, they're going to be able to see one picture and then they can sign in. Then I'm going to hit generate link. Now, as you can see, I have a direct link and a short link. These are the same thing. I usually play with the short link just because it's easier to work with, but it doesn't matter. The way you would use the direct link more, if I was building an ad in Facebook and Ads Manager, like the back end of Facebook, the real ad, then I would use the direct link. They like that better there. If I was doing a Google pay-per-click ad, or if I paid YouTube ad, anything like that, then I would put my direct link in there like that. And they like that. But I'm just going to click these two squares on the right of the short link to copy it, put it into a new tab, and paste it. And the reason I'm doing this, I want to make sure that my link actually has some results. So that's what you do. You click it in there, you check them, make sure it works. If I can get this to load up in a second, it's pausing for a minute. And then you can go through. There it is now, it's loading. So let me let that load up. And that will be that way. Now, the other thing you can do, I'll show you what it looks like in a second with the results, is you can open a new tab and go to, like, say, Facebook or something. This is an easy example to show you kind of how it works on Facebook. I'm going to open up. This is just my personal, but it doesn't matter. You can do this on your business the same way. When I open it up, I'm going to paste that link in here. And then you can see that home picture is right here. And this is the link. Oh, let me try it again. This would be the link if it works. There it goes. Now with the link, you'll see this does. See, always want to check. It was a little slow for a second catching, so it gave me an error, so I want to make sure it's a good link. So here it is. That's glad it happened that way. So you can see now I have 4,602 homes. I can hear you all saying, that's ridiculous, Andrew. And I know, so I'll tell you why we do that. So now that I took that link, I opened up my Facebook. This works on Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, X, all those ones. For Instagram, you have to do it different. Instagram, you have to do it on your phone, and you have to do it as a story, not a reel. And I'll do a phone recording and upload that to show you how to post on Instagram using these links. And then I'll just finish it. Once you have your phone and Instagram, you do a story, not a reel. If you do it on your computer, it always wants to turn it into a reel, so it can't be a reel. So once you have your story, not a reel, you add a sticker to it, and the sticker is URL. And then I would drop this link into my URL. And of course, for Instagram, I would have to have some pretty pictures or a video. It's better if you have a little video of the home, even if it's only a short one to get their attention. Click it, to go to it, you're good to go. Now, once I post my link here in other social media that works like this, it gives me a preview automatically. You see that I highlighted the whole link. You can't do it letter by letter. You have to highlight the whole thing. And then I delete it. By doing it this way, by highlighting the whole link and then deleting it, I have the link now embedded into my picture. So when they click it, it's going to grab me and throw me to my website. It's going to hook me. I call it a web hook. It's going to hook you and pull you into your picture, into this right here when anyone clicks on it. And then I do a message. If you right click, you can see emoji. I'm going to do a little firehouse emoji, whatever. And then I'll just copy those so I can use them again. Oh. I'm going to put some spaces and put them here. And I could say something like, any cute little message, like looking for a home in San Antonio. And I have my little emojis on either side, and I can say, Check out these awesome homes. Or I can say, check out these are list the most popular homes. This is updated in real time. The other good thing was you make squeeze and landing pages. Is squeeze pages are updated in real time. What that means is every they say every 15 seconds. I always say every 5 minutes. Either way, it's updated as soon as the MLS changes. All the time, it's always pulling the new data through. So once I built this, I don't have to come in here every day and rebuild this list. I have it built. I'm ready to go. These links are going to work pretty much forever. Every now and then they act a little funny, but it's only been like one time 4 years ago that I had a client that it didn't work. So it works pretty much forever. So now that I have my message, I click right here. I hit post. Now that I post my home, once you post it, you always want to like or love it. And then you want to leave a comment. And right here, see, these homes are updated in real time. And there you go. Now I have a comment. I have it set to go. And I'm ready to post. Then I want to hit share, and I share to the groups. The groups is where you get really good leads, and your best lead source is your groups. So I share it, like, love, post, make the link, put a message, highlight the link, delete it. You have your link embedded in the picture now. Share it to at least 10 groups a day. You probably want to do 10 to 12 groups max. You do a lot more than that. Sometimes Facebook will put you into a like Facebook jail, and you don't want to do that, of course. So you want to kind of go through and see what you can do to not have that happen, and just go through that way. And that's how you post when you build this multi-property squeeze page. That's why you post it. Now that I know you're all thinking, Andrew, I don't want to give this ridiculously long squeeze page to somebody. There's so many choices. It's too many. So you're doing this for a purpose. When someone reaches out and says, hey, I'd like to buy a home in San Antonio, for example, in my area, I say, that sounds great. I don't ask anything. Like, a lot of agents will be like, well, what are you looking for? Are you pre-approved? And then start like attacking them. And like, no, chill out, dude. So instead I can say, all right, I don't want to do that. Here, can I just send you a free list? And then you'll be like, what? I say, yeah, I got a list of homes already. Can I send it to you? You can start checking it out. So the real reason we're doing this is called an emotional deposit. What that means in psychology and sales, if you give somebody something without asking for something back, they want to give you something back after that. So that's why if you go to car dealerships, places like that, any places that has salespeople, they always say, oh, can I get you a drink? Can I get you a snack? Things like that, because they want to apply that emotional deposit so that they can go through and take that back. So it's a really interesting way they look at it that way. So what you're going to do is you're going to send this list without asking for anything, wait a couple minutes, and then you're going to reach out to your client and say, oh man, so sorry. I accidentally sent you over 4,000 homes. My silly computer. What are you looking for? Let me get you a better list. And then you can have that conversation after they've already been excited. They've looked at a couple homes. Remember, they can look at one home, then they have to sign in. Then they've already signed in. You already have them as a lead. And then I can go into my KvCORE and set them on a drip. On day one, we went over how to put people on an MLS trip. They call it alerts. And that's all in day one. So that's why we're building this crazy list, just to kind of break the ice and to have a good excuse to ask people for other things. I'm going to close that out, close out my Facebook for now, and go back to KvCORE. So that's if you're going to do one like the whole area. Now I'm going to hit reset here in the bottom right. When I hit reset, I'm now going to do one for clients that I like to work with. And this would be the same for you. So say I want to work for, say I want to work in Boerne, Texas. That's a great area just north of San Antonio. I put City Boerne at the top. You could put more than one. You could put in zip code. You can put in school district. If you want to use school district or neighborhood, then that's why you would click on this blue button here. So if I turned it blue, then if I go here to Boerne now, it has a lot more. I have all the school districts and neighborhoods, things like that if I want to do something like that. If I want someone who lives in Champions High School, is a big one, Boerne Independent School District, a whole school district, I can get that as well. People I want just a list of people who live in there if that was the case. But I want to keep my city just all of Boerne, the city Boerne. Same thing. So then listing types again, I'm going to go down to single family. And I'm going to do a list of all new homes, new construction, because I like to work new construction. I'm going to do a list of all new construction for sale. So I'm not going to put a price. I'm not going to put a style. I am going to do 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, but under options, I'm going to click newly built. And sometimes you can see you have to click it twice before you get the gray box to pop up. And that's normal. So then I click it twice. I got all my homes. I got it. My source will be the same. Facebook. If I spell it right. And then I have my hashtag, again, my label. So I'm going to say all new homes, Bernie, Texas. There it is. I'll have all new homes right there. I know exactly what it is. Now on this one, I don't want to use this first front picture. I want to use listings from a specific picture because I know they're going to be nice because they're from Bernie Homes. And then I'm going to generate my link. And it's that easy. Now, as you can see here under options, I did newly built, but there's also, man, there's so many options. 55 plus, horse properties on golf course pools. There's fireplaces, foreclosed, short sale, distressed, no HOA, 1, 2, 3 garages, through 1, 2, 3 stories, all kinds of stuff. So there's everything your clients usually want, just kind of like the MLS when you're looking for different options. And if you do more than one options, it has to have both options in order to be shown. So I could have a client that wants a nice home with a pool and a fireplace. Then I would add all of those in there, pool, fireplace, new home, and see what would show up at that has all their options that they're looking for. And then as you can see, I can do the same thing, copy the list. If I wanted to, again, go to my social media like Facebook, it's just easy and quick on Facebook. And then right there, I paste it, and then it loads up right there. Once it loads, see, it has a nice front picture of a new home. And then I can say, of course, you highlight the whole link, delete it, and then I would say something like what, check out these new homes in Bernie, list the most popular, updated daily, all that kind of stuff. And then I can have that. So that's your multi-property squeeze page. You have those done. These are very, very flexible, very easy to make ones. This is how you get a lot of leads is with squeeze pages. So I guess I should mention the biggest difference between squeeze and landing pages. Squeeze pages, as you see, you put a list out there. They have the list. They don't have to sign in yet. They just start looking at the list. Landing pages, you put a message. As you can see right here, 32 new homes in Bernie. And you can see it picks up the whole area from 1.48 million all the way down to 400,000, depending on what the people are looking for. So just tons of really cool different homes and options that they have out there. And it's kind of a great way to easily check out what's in your area for new if you want to work a certain area. And it's only going to show, of course, in that area. Jump back to the KvCORE. Okay, so that's your difference here. Multi-property squeeze page shows properties. They can start looking. Then it will make them sign in after one view. Landing pages, if you watch the other video on landing pages load up. It has a message. They have to sign in. They have to sign in to be able to see more about the message. Okay, so that takes care of landing pages for us. Now we're going to go to single property squeeze pages. So this is great if I wanted, say I was going to do an open house on that. I'm going to grab that same property I had before from the other KvCORE I had open. Say I was going to do a property alert for the same one, and it's in here ready to go. Say this is, so I got this single property squeeze page in building. I'm doing an open house, so I need to get a sign-in sheet. So if I go here and put in the single property, again, source, can be Facebook. Hashtag, I would put the property address, but again, we can't have any spaces. So that's my hashtag. And then my views, I want immediate. Once they scan my QR code, I want an immediate view. Now, as you mentioned before, this is not, as I mentioned, this is how you build a link, but now we get to turn it into a QR code. So I'm going to go here and I like to go to QR Monkey, which is a really easy free QR code generator. And you'll know you're at the right spot when it's all green. Again, we can use direct or short. I'm just going to grab the direct link. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go to QR Monkey at the top where it says your URL, and I'm going to drop it in here, right here. Now, the reason I like this instead of Canva or Bitly or something else, this is easier to design. So then I'm going to go right here to set colors, and I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to pick a blue one today. And you just click around the color wheel. If I want to go to logos, I can upload my broker image or my headshot. I'm going to grab my headshot for today. And then my headshot's being loaded. And then at the bottom for custom design, this lets you change the way it looks inside the squeeze page to give you a little bit more kind of a different look than just basic QR codes. And then once you hit generate QR code, this is what mine would look like now. So now it's ready to go. Boom. And then if you scan this QR code, it opens up. I'll paste that link in here and show you what it opens. Opens up a single property squeeze page for that property that we're doing for the open house at. And there it is right there. And again, this is with my same broker, but I'm not even saying that I'm the listing agent because it says listed by. I'm just doing the open house representing the listing agent for this property. And there you can see right there, beautiful home, very simple, looks great in Seguin out there. I have it, and then I have it here. Anyone who scans this QR code opens this, and then they can look at a couple pictures, and then it will make them sign in. I'm already in my KvCORE, so it's not making me do it, of course. And then you can have it that way. And then when you hit download with QR Monkey, it's going to say sign up. Don't worry about that. You don't need to do that. Just hit download, wait 5-10 seconds, and then it will automatically download that QR code. And you do want it as a PNG or a picture. I mean, you can do any other type, but it automatically downloads as a PNG, which is great. And then you can take that, print it off. People come to your open house, they scan the QR code, boom, you're in. They sign in, they're ready to go. They have to sign in to see your open house. Don't let people view without signing in. And then you're good to go. And then you have the QR code. So that's your single property. Very simple, very easy to do. Now for seller squeeze pages, this is how you get seller leads. Like say I'm in Bernie, so I'm just going to stay in Bernie. So if I go back to my source, whoop, that's not my source. That's my area, my location. So I put back the location where it goes. My source, I could do the same thing, Facebook. And then the QR code, I'd like to do SQ, like seller squeeze, and then an underscore, and then the city I'm going to pick. But you can just type out seller squeeze Bernie. You can just put SQ Bernie. You don't have to have the fancy underscore or whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to generate the link. Now, the good thing about this one, which is kind of interesting, if you do it very specific for an area, it'll show you just like this. The average home estimate in Bernie is 926, which is high. It's probably closer to 800,000, but I don't care that it's a little high. I want people to think, oh, wow, your home is worth this much? I'm going to check out what mine is worth. And then they put their address in, and then they go and do it that way. Now, if they put an address in, and it comes in, and it loads up, there's a couple things that can happen. If they've already signed into your KvCORE or BoldTrails, it's going to say, this is your average, click here to learn more, and then we'll open the report, and then you'll be tracked that they looked at a report if you're already in your BoldTrails or KvCORE. If they're not in your BoldTrails or KvCORE, it's going to load up and say, get the full report, view your report, check it out. And then a lot of people at that point will start it, they'll click it in, they'll load up, they'll put their address, and they won't do anything after that. So if that is the case, then I like to come to these sites. I'll give you this kind of little nugget right here. If you go to True People Search, Family Tree Now, or Remine, these are all 3 free sites that you can go in, and you can put in the person's name, address, and get a phone number and email. So if I only have an address, so what'll happen, you'll get an address to your KvCORE that says like someone in 123 Main Street checked out a property report. You'll be like, cool, let me see who this is. I recommend going to RPR, which is very simple, Realtor Property Resource. Everyone in the United States has it if you're a licensed realtor and you're part of NAR, National Association of Realtors, which you have to be right now. It's for most places, not all, but most. And then you go there, get in there, you'll have your RPR loaded up. Once you're loaded up in RPR and everything is good, you can just put in the address. It'll give you the owner's name right there. Very simple. Once you have the name and the address, you come here to True People Search, Family Tree Now, or Remine, and all of these are free. I think True People Search might cost $1, but they're all pretty much free, and you'll get their email and phone number. They're pretty good. They're not always perfect. About 90% of the time, they give you a good phone number email. And then I call and say, Andrew, I see that you reached out asking for a value of your home. I was blaming on my computer. Say, sorry, my computer messed up and it lost it. Didn't send you the value yet. Can I send it to you now? And they'll always say, sure, you can. And say, great, is this the best email for you? Da 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 da. And then and they're going to say, well, how'd you get my information? And then you're going to say, well, it's public knowledge. You reached out to me on my website. And some of them might be like, oh, I'm on the do not call list. If they reached out to you on your website, they asked to be contacted. You're not calling, spamming. They ask to be solicited by reaching out on your website. So just remember that. And then here for Land Glide, what this does, if you are doing anything, I like this for new homes, and there's no fence up, or you're doing a property that's like 5 or 10 acres, and you don't have a very good property line, you just download this app, and then it will walk you along the property line within, like, let's say 1 meter, 3 feet radius of the property line. So you can walk the whole property line, know exactly where it is, and just follow the whole property line that way. Now with MapRate, the way MapRate works, it's now called Land ID, but it used to be called MapRate. With that one, Land ID or MapRate, it's a little more expensive. Land Glide's like $9 a month. MapRate's like, I think it's 60, $80 a month. Some people said it's around that now. I haven't checked in the last couple of months. And then once you're looking at that one, Land ID or MapRate gives you tons of data. It tells you if there's mineral rights, if you can hunt on the property, all kinds of things like that. So it gives you a lot more robust data about the property. So that's some kind of things you can look at. So again, you'll get a lead, you'll put in your seller squeeze, get a lead, ready to go, put your area. Now, if you don't want to do an area and you just want to say, go ahead and find out, what my home is worth. If you go to the top right and click on your name or your picture, BoldTrails, it'll be your picture. Go down 3 to the website, which is the world. It'll open up, and then at the top it says sell. And then when you click sell, it loads up. And this is a single a seller squeeze page. Sorry, this is that seller squeeze page already built for you from your website. So instead of having it say, get your average home in Bernie, it doesn't have a value you can see. It just says, instantly get a detailed price estimate. And then you'd put in your address, knock it out, be able to roll it that way and get the people. Either way, this link or the other one both work. If you're doing a certain area, it's good to build that seller squeeze page for that area. And then again, I would take this squeeze page or the other one, go to QR Monkey, create a new QR code for it. And then if I wanted, let's say I'm just going to make it a little different so it looks different, I'll change it to this different color. I'll do it more, I'll do an orange kind of groovy. I'll do an orange color today, keep it like that, and then it will look a little different. So that's my seller squeeze page. And then you can have this ready to go. And one of the things I recommend doing with this is if you're doing an open house, have this ready to go and that single property squeeze page and a sign in the yard, like a big sign. So people driving by, I call them looky-loos. I do the same thing. I'm a bad example. Where I'll drive by squeeze pages. I'll drive by open houses just to be nosy and be like, oh, what's happening today? Where are we at? And I'll drive by checking it out, seeing what's around, just so I can kind of check it out and see what's there. And as I drive by the open houses, kind of check them out, see what's there, see what's around, I'm looking to see without stopping all the time. So this way, if I'm doing that, I'm creeping past the open house in my car, I'll see these big QR codes. One will say, would you sell your home for the right price? Get your value here. And I can scan it from my car, and I'll get caught as a lead before I even go in the open house or if I don't stop. And the other one would say, open house, here's all the home information. And then people driving up can scan the QR code, and that makes them sign in. So you can get buyers and sellers at your open house by doing this. Remember, they say 40% of people that go to open houses are sellers who are there to find out what their value is. So don't give up that great source of leads that way. Now, once I have my QR code and it's ready to go, the other things you can do with it that I like going to Avery, and this is free. I like free stuff. I'm not cheap, I'm thrifty. And then here I'm going to go to projects. And then when you go to projects on Avery, there's 2 main projects that I like to show examples of. Now you can do these in Canva, all that. It's just easy here because the template's already done for you. And then the first one is you need door hangers. It's 16150. I'm just going to open it up real quick, show you an example. And it says like right here. Let me just open the draft. Would you sell your home for the right price? Get your instant value. Boom. And that's my seller squeeze page. I just hang these on the door. They knock it out. And then I have these 2 tearaways underneath that look the same size as business cards. Mine are simple. Sell your home, keep your money. Instant value awaits, whatever that means to people. And then when I do my listing presentation, I show my value. And then it goes through. And then on the back, I have all my broker information on the back with my link to my website, which has my IABS consumer protection. And there you go. Very simple. And then I print these off. They're ready to go. The other thing that I like to do other than this is I like to use the project, or whatever you want to call it, the template 18863. This is a free, not free, this is a sticker, I'm trying to say, same size as your business card. So what you do with this one is you print it off, like right here, when you sell it home for the right price, get your value. And I probably put my fingers here again. I just haven't made this one all fancy yet. Very simple. And then when I get my free door hangers, which I get from in San Antonio area, I get it from Michelle Garcia from First American Home Warranty. A lot of other places will give you free door hangers, free open house hangers. She does both. That's why I threw her out here for a mention, because she gives some great stuff for her agents for free. Fine. There's a lot of home warranty companies, a lot of places like that, which will give you free door hangers and stuff if you don't want to go and get them yourself or print them yourself. And then you just get these stickers. You can buy these right at Walmart. Again, you just buy 18863, go to their business, go to Avery, buy it, put in your printer, fill all this out, you're done. Print it in, you're good. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. And then you just stick these at the bottom instead of your business cards. That way you don't burn through business cards. And by sticking it, you don't have to try to staple your cards on or try to squeeze it in those little corners. It makes it a lot easier. It makes it more simple, and the wind doesn't blow your card all over the place. That's just some easy things you can do with those templates and the seller squeeze page. And then the next video is going to kick right into the landing page, the market report, and then the landing pages. See you in the next video.